There was a very old movie, Egyptian black and white movie. It's called Zizi's Family. Zizi is a little girl. She has two brothers and an older sister. They're all older than her. Her older sister was obsessed about being an actress. Every moment of her life, she's acting. Even in between sessions, if she's between meals, between duties, between work, she's acting and calling Antonio. Feel like as if she's Cleopatra or in Shakespearean sensation or environment. She was so into her character. As if there's a camera that's actually is on her and she's on the spotlight all the time. It's such a cute movie. I liked it. But the idea itself was very fascinating. It made you think, how would they act if there's a camera that's on me all the time, 24/7? Let's see. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Diana, and this is Diana Show. I'll be talking to you about a variety of subjects, different ones, but the goal will always be is to make our life better, happier, more joyful for us and for everybody around us. I will learn from you, and you'll learn from me. And I hope I lived up to your expectation. Let's do it. So today, we're going to explore a concept or a tip, a little mind shift that is actually has been proven psychologically to enhance your well-being, confidence, your goals, and your outlook in life in general. When we watch reality shows, like we watch the Kardashians, we watch the Bachelors and all this stuff, we're always watching these people and their ups and downs, their dramas. We're judging their actions, who they love, who they hate, what they say, what they do, what they wear. If you are that person, you are the protagonist of this whole movie. You're writing your own movie. The show is called Me. How would you act? The camera is on you from the minute that you wake up to the minute that you go to bed. If your job is to inspire millions, thousands of people, how would you inspire them? How can you lead by example by being watched? Now, I understand nobody wants to live in a state where he feels that everybody's watching them or everybody's counting their steps, everybody's counting their breath. The goal here is not to perform. The goal is to be intentional about everything you do because somebody's watching and might be inspired and he might imitate you and do the same thing. And why this is important on a psychological level? It has been proven that people who actually believe that they are the main character in their own life and their own movie, they have higher confidence, they make better decisions, they reach their goals and dreams a lot faster. Because guess what? You're in control. One time I read a quote that I really loved and stuck with me this whole time. When you're living your life, when you're writing your story, do not let somebody else hold the pen. You're holding the pen. So if you're holding the pen, what kind of scenario would you write? What is the movie that you write? If a celebrity is going to play you, how do you want him to portray you in this movie or in this series? How do you want people to know you, to see you, to get inspired by you? Like I said, psychologically has been proven if you play the main character, it has a psychological good effect on you because it makes you also more resilient. Every challenge, every problem become a chance, an opportunity to show others that I can conquer this, that I can beat this, and I can come back stronger. And you can literally lead by example. If somebody loves you and sees you really conquering one challenge after the other, they're gonna look up to you. They're gonna look to you as you are their role model. How do you want to be perceived? That's why it's very important to have an intentional self-perception. How do you see yourself? Because how you see yourself is your identity, and your identity reflects in your actions. So if you decided on the outlines of your characters, and by the way, this is very similar to the alter ego that we have talked about months ago in the Other Face episode. You create your own character. The only difference is the character you're creating is actually you. What happened is you hold yourself accountable. You become more responsible because you have to be intentional about everything you do. And if somebody else is watching you, you're even more accountable. That's why people who has a group of friends who holds them accountable, they achieve a lot more than what they do by themselves. Because somebody is going to come and tell you, you know what? You didn't do that. How do you want to be perceived? You said you're going to do something and you didn't do it. You're unreliable. Do you want to be perceived as an unreliable person? or you want to be perceived as a leader, as an optimistic person, as an enthusiastic person, as a creative person. The more that you embed this tip in your head, the more that you feel that you have a mission. Your mission and goal is to inspire and to lead. How do you want to lead? What is the characteristics of this leader? Is he creative? Is he confident? Does he dress in a certain way? Therefore, I'm going to give you a few tips. As a starter, of course, you have to write down the characteristics of the character. And this is an exercise actually you do in acting classes all the time. If you're playing a role, you have to know who is your character. So this is the character. I decided that I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to be disciplined. And I'm going to be doing the things that I said I'm going to do. The camera is on you. Camera is rolling. Action. You woke up. What time you want the camera to see on your clock? Is it 10 o'clock? Is it 10 a.m.? Or is it 6:30? Is it 7 o'clock? What is the message that you want to deliver? When you get up, the camera is still rolling. Are you going to do your bed and you're going to keep it messy? You're going to go wash your face, brush your teeth, start your day. How do you want the camera to see you? We get so fascinated by watching people on TikTok, social media, YouTube, and Instagram, and all the stuff, by watching people doing their daily routine, the things that makes them successful, the things that makes them entrepreneur. We read about the habits of the rich, the habits of the successful, the habits of a big CEOs. What do they do in a day? Imagine the camera is on you. What kind of habits do you want to have? How do you want to play that role? Action comes first when you decide. First of all, when you decide on the character, you write down, you decide that this is the characteristics of this character and identity. I want to live by this identity. You start acting on this identity. When you start acting on this identity, you become this identity. You become disciplined. You become inspiring. You become a leader. Because here's the thing, and I really, 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 truly believe in this within my heart. You get your power from empowering others. The more you empower people, the more powerful you are. That actually increases your confidence in yourself. And after all, you're doing such a good and big thing to everybody. You have a mission. You have a goal. You have a responsibility to show up as your best self, to lead the masses. There's a quote for the Rumi that says, yesterday I was clever. I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise. I'm going to change myself. So you start by yourself and lead by example. People who have kids, let's say the father is a smoker and he doesn't want his kids to smoke. You're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed to smoke. Kids are not going to do what you say to them, or what you say don't, on what you tell them not to do. Basically, they're going to imitate you. They're going to do what you do. If you're a smoker, your kids are going to be smokers. They do what you do. If mommy's always on the phone and she's always on social media and she's not paying attention to anybody, if your mom told you at that moment, leave your phone, go study, go open a book, go play outside, you're not going to listen, because you're going to do as your parents do. People do as you do, not what you say. Therefore, it becomes your responsibility and your mission. And I'm not saying change and, flip your life upside down and, start feeling that you're being watched and every breath is counted on you every single minute. You can start with a very small task. Make your tasks the mundane one, the one that you feel like, oh, I hate them and I'm drained and I'm dreading doing them, as a fun task, an enjoyable task, by imagining that you're instructing people in doing it. That's something actually I did when I was a little girl. My job was to clean the dishes. I hated cleaning the dishes. And I promised myself, when I move in my own, I'm going to get married, or live by myself, the first thing is going to go into my house is the dishwasher. Before the bed, before anything, it's the dishwasher. I hated doing the dishes. But at moments, I'm going to have to do it, whether I liked it or not. It's something I cannot just not do. So how can I make it more fun? I imagine that there is a camera that's following me, watching me, my posture change, my voice tone change, the way that I was dressed change. And now I'm telling people how to wash the dishes and how to wash the glasses and make them so sparkly, and what kind of sponges to use to clean, and what kind of dish detergent to use. I know it might sound like a performance, but it made the task a lot easier. And it's going to happen anyway. So instead of dreading it and I don't want to do this and I don't want to have to follow up on what I said I will do, make it enjoyable. And that's how you make it fun. And when you start adding that little thing into your life, into small tasks, before you know it, you're going to have this discipline within you. You don't need to think of a camera that's watching you. If your character is going to be a CEO, what does the CEO do when he wakes up? And what time he wakes up? What is his daily routine? What is his morning routine? What is his night routine? The camera is watching me. I'm a CEO. I have to deliver. People are judging my actions. Because that's what we do. When we watch a reality show, we judge every action they do. We judge every word they say. We judge the way they dress. We judge their houses. How do you want your house to be pictured on that camera? Is it messy? Is it organized? Is it calming? Is it serene? Is it crowded? Is it cluttered? How do you want the camera to see you? Because the way that the camera sees you is the way that everybody sees you. And the way that the camera sees you is the way that you see yourself. Again, it's not a performance. It's a way to discipline yourself and to hold yourself accountable into reaching your best self by feeling and by believing that you have responsibilities to lead the masses into their best life, for them to live their best outcome, to live a thriving and fulfilling life. In order for you to reach that message and to reach that goal, you must live a fulfilling and inspiring life. And the more that you inspire others, the more that you inspire to do more, the more inspired to be better, to give better. Because you know that at this point, everything I say is being accounted for. Every habit that I have is being accounted for. You are being held accountable. Then before you know it, you're disciplined. And when you discipline, you reach your goal. When you are the main character, you write the scenario. Nobody writes it for you. Nobody's holding the pen. You are your own hero of this movie. You are the main character. Therefore, act as the main character. Act as the hero. Save the day. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope it was light. And I hope this tips helps you. And I hope you don't need a camera and you're disciplined enough not to feel that somebody's watching you. But I really hope and wish for everybody's watching this to feel that you have so much to give and so much to inspire the people around you by just you being yourself. Your best self, by you living your fulfilling life. You have a message to deliver. You have a mission to do. Always believe in that. If you like this episode, please like, comment, and share. And let me know. I'd like to hear from you. I'll see you next time.